Very tough. Okay, Gerard, please.
Thank you.
Thank
It's nerve-wracking sitting on this side of the table.
Mayors, Councillors, good afternoon. I'm here representing Paul Ballantyne, who's the Executive Dean of the Business School at the University of Canterbury. Just for transparency, previously I have been CEO of CDC, which was the precursor to Christchurch NZ, CEO of Grow Wellington, precursor to Wellington NZ, Director of Wanganui and Partners Economic Development Agency, and Deputy Chair of Economic Development New Zealand. So I suppose I have a special interest in the purpose of our submission, which is to advocate for continued funding of Christchurch NZ in the next budget rounds. Excuse me. I'm now Director of Centre for Entrepreneurship at the University of Canterbury. I don't intend to address all the points here, but really just say why we think it's important. You will have read the submission. EDAs cover many activities: destination management, screen, sector development and back to place development. It's their role to prioritise those activities, but I'd like to support no cuts to the CNZ budget, as it has affected their investment into growing an ecosystem for innovation and commercialisation here in Christchurch. Now, New Zealand as a whole produces very low value goods. We need innovation and entrepreneurs to raise the prosperity, well-being and standard of living for all Kiwis, including Christchurch residents. Entrepreneurs can also be intrapreneurs. We need them to actually support the businesses that we already have here to remain relevant and not get left behind. We need to ignite a new cohort of innovators and change makers, not only for startups, but advancing the competitiveness of our current industries. There have been significant results in the world rankings of Christchurch as a centre for innovation. That's mentioned in our submission. And we have players in place to deal with the established startups, but fewer people who want to pay for tilling the fertile soil, for creating the ground for these people to grow. It's a legitimate public role to till the soil, and these will allow these new generation of change makers to improve the lots of the citizens of Christchurch. As a result, we're in discussions with benefactors and investors interested in bringing investment funds of $30 or so million to Christchurch. To acquire this, we need to continually fill the pipeline with deal flow. Christchurch NZ has been doing a great job and should be resourced to continue to do so. It is an investment on the prosperity of the future, not a cost. Happy to take any questions.
Alrighty, here we go. Aaron and, was it Jake? Did you have your hand up? Aaron, Jake and Tim.
So you say New Zealand is a producer of low cost goods or low value goods, yet we're very inventive. So, you know, the jet boat, splitting the atom, there's been a few, you know, the tranquilizer gun. There's been some great, that's Christchurch essentially. Why do we still mainly produce low value goods when we're very inventive? What's missing in the equation?
I think that we do have we've got a comparative advantage in agriculture to some degree, but if you look at, say, dairy companies in New Zealand, they are largely linked to international markets, which are building their own capacity and capability. So we are a commodity supplier. As other countries grow, they need us less. And what we have is the world's moved on, so the number 8 wire mentality of Kiwi ingenuity is no longer a good enough definition of innovation. What we have in our universities and CRIs around here in Canterbury is a huge ideas generator, but we actually have sometimes, it's like businesses, they get so busy doing their day job, we actually bring them out and give them a whole new perspective, take them out of their environment and get them to think about either innovating within their own companies or organisations or starting new companies. And that's what brings new ideas, which will make us competitive, and it brings jobs for local people.
Jake?
And thank you. Hey, do you have any thoughts around how binary we should be when it comes to funding CNZ? In my experience, I've noticed there's a bit of a trend towards some of the things that we most want to see funded tend to have some of the lowest cost-benefit ratio. Should we be quite prescriptive, or?
Well, that's a very political question, and I'm probably not going to give a very political answer. I think it is, you know, there is a statement of intent given from council to all CCOs about what they want and expect out of their agencies. So I think it is for council's role to prescribe that. You can see what happens if we overinvest or put over-reliance. So maybe we went through a period where destination management was the thing. You can see what a COVID can do to a tourism industry. So we need resilience and we need robustness. So putting all our eggs in one basket is probably not a good idea, and that's why I believe that producing these people who are going to come up with the ideas. We're currently running a smart cities validator to get new ideas about how to actually really make Christchurch a smart city, and it's going to bring a direct impact. Now that is funded through Christchurch NZ and the CCC Smart Cities team. If we lose that, these ideas just remain dormant.
Tim, I'm out of time, mate.
Okay.
Thank you, sorry. Thank you very much for your submission.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Sam and Janine, please.